since I like had to rebuild my life 3 different times because of my alcoholism, I'm not completely like attached to what my life looks like in terms of like money or property, because I'm like, I didn't have anything 3 decades in a row.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of live how I want to live and just keep pursuing what makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And swap out my role for people who are better at it.
Right.
So I'm still a good editor. I'm still talented, but I just don't have the drive. So now I've started finding editors that are good at it, talented, but have the drive. And then if they were to like graduate out and get burned out, maybe we work together as producers, you know?
Right.
Because as you know, productions grow and you need more roles. You can't keep like doing 2 tasks at once because they just eventually get so big you can't. You know?
Yeah. We've had these talks, you know. I think it started even, how long has it been? Like probably a couple of years that we've kind of had our check-ins, or
Yeah. I think so. After you came to Denver.
Yeah.
And then we resonated with like, oh,
kinda
we're
doing-
both building a business.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
before I think we were both pursuing creativity.
Right.
And we would touch base on that.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, we're both building creative businesses.
Yeah. And, you know, so we'll have our talks where we check in and just talk about life, but also kind of be like, all right, what are you learning? Like, how's it going? Are you feeling like it's slow, like we're feeling it slow, you know? And, you know, one thing that resonate with me with you is your ability to hand things off to people and to build kind of a community of workers and friends and collaborators that allow you to do the things that you're really good at. What was it like to make that jump?
It was scary at first because, you know, let's say 2 years ago we have a project for $1,500, right?
Okay.
And I did the math and was like, well, if I give the editor $700 and I give the camera person $700 and I have $100, that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, here's my $100. And then it just ran so much smoother. I was able to take the footage back to the client and say like, hey, let's review it. And I just felt the world get like lighter on my shoulders. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Because you had less money. You only had $100.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, we need to charge a lot more because this doesn't work economically.
Yeah.
And that meant finding bigger clients. And that meant taking the lower paying clients and being like, I actually can't take this, but let me introduce you to someone who can. And that was hard too, because, you know, when you build up a clientele, you also build up around that price range.
Yeah.
So eventually there's this uncomfortable shift where you have to like start to transition out. And you have to be pretty humble and you have to be open to feedback and criticism and constructive criticism. So even recently I had a meeting with my project manager and my personal assistant, and we ended up kind of like redesigning how things were running. And I asked them honestly, like what pieces could be improved upon and in what ways am I in the way? And they gave me honest feedback. And I was like, I will back away from this.
Yeah.
You know, I think some of the weak things that I was doing was, like not staying on top of like scheduling and being in charge of due dates.
Yeah.
And I'm like a big picture creative who should not be in charge of due dates. Because I'm also such a person, like a people person.
You're
I'm
such
like,
a person.
I'm like, I'm such a person.
Matt, you're such a
someone
person.
tells me that they're going to be 2 weeks on a video. I'm like, it's cool. No worries. As long as we're going in the right direction. And my project manager is like, no, we need that. What are you doing?